Work hard on yourself and develop the skills. Work hard on yourself and develop the graces. Make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity if you'll start working harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Hungry for a better life, hungry for change, hungry for the tough love their parents didn't give them. Growth only comes through pain. For those that have read about being an athlete, okay, no pain, no gain. It's the same in life. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Dan Pena, Ted Turner, amongst a whole bunch of others, all had one thing in common. We all slept in our office the first 5 or 10 years of our business life. Slept in our office the first 5 or 10 years of our business life. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And you've been taught all your life not to ask, to politically fit in.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
A warrior does not give up what he loves, Dan. He finds the love in what he does. A warrior is not about perfection or victory or invulnerability. He's about absolute vulnerability. That's the only true courage.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Standing up means voluntarily accepting the burden of being. Your nervous system responds in an entirely different manner when you face the demands of life voluntarily. You respond to a challenge instead of bracing for a catastrophe. You see the gold the dragon hoards instead of shrinking in terror from the all-too-real fact of the dragon. You step forward to take your place in the dominance hierarchy and occupy your territory, manifesting your willingness to defend, expand, and transform it.
What makes somebody a leader is they build this certainty, and not only with focus, not only do they get a vision for what they want, but they bring that certainty in their body. It's about getting yourself to be able to take action in the areas of your life that normally you would more than hold back, where your brain would take over and say, I can't do this, are you crazy? Somebody else did it, but not me. Listen, what we don't realize is that our mind is directly affected by the way we use our body. If you change the tempo in which you move, if you change the way you breathe, if you change the way you use your voice, you literally change your biochemistry. And the one thing that you'll see that's the same with the greatest golfer in the world, or the greatest musician, or the greatest, actor, is they have this sense of certainty, and it isn't born. It's something that you make as a habit. You drill it into yourself. I sure as heck didn't have that sense of certainty growing up, not even close. And what I found myself doing early on is I felt so uncertain, I couldn't get myself to do anything. So I developed these rituals of certainty. I would go on these runs, and on the run, even though I didn't feel like it, I would do these incantations where I would say out loud over and over again, God's wealth is circulating in my life. His wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. All my needs, desires, and goals are met instantaneously by infinite intelligence. For I'm one with God, and God is everything. And I would say that over and over and over for 30 minutes. just crazy. And I would envision that God's circulating my life, and I'd see the wealth of love and friendship and impact and growth and economics and all these things, physical fitness and aliveness. I'd see this wealth of abundance flowing, oceans of it, into my life as I went and did these things. If you envision something clearly enough and you bring certainty to it over and over again, if you engage your physical body in a simple ritual, it could be as little as 10 minutes a day. I call it my hour of power, or 15 minutes to be fulfilled. And all you do is you take 5 minutes, and in those first 5 minutes, you get yourself moving, and you get yourself in a state of certainty in the way you move and the way you breathe. You focus on what you're excited about in your life. You focus on what you want to create, what you want to bring to your children, what you want to bring to the world. And it changes your state. We all know what happens when you're out of state. When you're burnt out, when you're frustrated, when you're overwhelmed. You snap at people sometimes, feel bad about it. You didn't mean to, it's just the state you're in. So to thrive this year, take uncertainty and bring certainty to it. To thrive this year, get what I call a compelling future. Pick anything, a goal, a dream, a desire, something that excites you so much that you're gonna feel yourself compelled to actually find a way to make it happen. You've done it before. You've gotten obsessed. You don't even know how you did it, but things happen and you've got yourself to where you want to be. Let's make that happen this year, right now.
When you got an idea you want to move on, you might not have the money, you might not have the education, you might not have the support or the resources you need. What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream? Here's what I want you to repeat after me, please, with power and conviction. Say, it's possible. That's all I want you to do when you look at your dream. Just say to yourself every day, it's possible. Just say that every day to yourself, it's possible. Because what does that do? See, it begins to change your belief system. See, the way in which we operate, ladies and gentlemen, it's a manifestation of what we believe, what's possible for us. Whatever you've done up to this point, all that it really is a duplication, it's a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve and what's possible for your life. Most people operate out of their personal history, out of their memory, things they've done, things they've experienced, things they've seen, things that they have observed. What I'm suggesting that you operate out of a larger vision of yourself. I want you to see yourself doing what you want to do, experiencing what you want to experience, having what you want to have, doing what it is that gives your life some meaning and value. Operate out of your imagination, not your memory. Because whatever you look at where you want to go, I'm wanting to warn you, you will have some conversation back here after you go through the data that you've experienced in life saying you can't do it. And so what you want to begin to do is ignore that inner conversation.
But there are a few things when you're talking about being successful. And I say it, and it's never going to change. You have to love what you do. You're all young. Ideally, you'll love something that's a good business. For instance, some businesses aren't good business. I won't name them, but they're tough businesses. Other businesses historically have been good businesses. You have to absolutely love what you do. Ideally, love what you do in a good business, but you know what? If it's not necessarily that good, the loving is more important than having that good business. Some people want to be teachers. I mean, some of the happiest people and the most successful people that I know are people that aren't the richest at all. They don't make it all the most money. They're teachers, they're scientists. I know people that are scientists that are like, they can't wait to get to work. They can't wait. Some of the most successful people in the world, I know like many of them. I don't know all, I guess, but I seem to know all. But in terms of monetary success, it does make life easier. You don't have to worry about food and housing and education and sickness. Your doctors, you go to the best doctors, and hopefully that solves the problems. But it does make life easier. And I tell so many stories about different types of people. For instance, you gotta love what you do. You gotta never, ever quit or give up. Never quit. You're gonna be so close.
Ideas can be life-changing, and sometimes all you need is just one more in a series of good ideas. It's like dialing the numbers into the lock, right? You got 5 or 6 numbers dialed into the lock. The lock still won't come open, but you don't need 5 or 6 more numbers. Maybe you just need 1 more. The dialogue from a movie could do it. Conversation with a friend might do it. That one last piece you need, number. Dial it into the lock, that's it. The lock comes open, there's the door for you to walk through. Sometimes we get the impression, I used to have that I only had this much going for me and I needed this much. Usually not true. I would assume you've got this much going for you and maybe all you need is just a few more thoughts, ideas, to furnish you some ways and means to turn your life into the dream you want it to be. Each person's personal philosophy is like the set of the sail. Now, I used to think it was circumstances that ordered my life. If someone would have asked me at age 25, Mr. Rohn, how come you're not doing well? Pennies in your pocket, creditors calling, nothing in the bank, behind on your promises to your family, you live in America, 25 years old, got a beautiful family, every reason to do well, and things are not going that well for you. What is wrong here? It would not have occurred to me to blame my philosophy. I mean, it would not have occurred to me. Saying, well, I got this lousy philosophy, and that's how come I got pennies in my pocket and nothing in the bank, and things aren't working well. That would not have occurred to me.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Every single day I wake up and ask, do I need to be gregarious today? Do I need to be persuasive today? Do I need to be inspiring? And it's so bad, y'all. I ain't get into my room till about 3 o'clock last night. You gotta know. You gotta start spending less time trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? Or the Kings in our crew, you know what I'm saying? You heard C earlier. Heard what I said? C, we ain't trying to keep up with the Joneses, we trying to keep up with the Kings, right? You gotta know who you are. Maul said houses, and I started thinking, yup, I got real estate right here. This is my real estate. Are you hearing me? I didn't go, I got to buy 50 homes because Maul buying 50 homes. I went E, here go your real estate. Teach your son this, teach your daughter, here go your real estate. I promise you, that's what broke people do. Broke people try to save money. Wealthy people stimulate the economy. I'm just being real, broke people try to save money. I don't know what you think it's gonna do in your pocket. Pressed down, shaking together, not hiding, not holding close. For real, y'all be quick to do the scripture, but then you don't want to do what it said. It said, pressed down, shaking together, bro. The same measure that you give, it shall be, and you don't want to give nobody a tip. So I need you to know who you are. All right, you see it 100%. When you operating at 100%, 50%, 10%, like you need to know who you are.
Do what you love and the money will follow. I don't know who came up with that concept about like the secret to success is do what you love and the money will follow. It is one of the most ridiculous, one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Because let me ask you a question. Are you doing what you love and you wonder where the f is the money? Or do you know people that are doing what they love and yet they're struggling financially? I rest my case. That dog doesn't hunt. Do what you love and the money will follow. It's like saying, you know what, eat whatever the hell you want and you'll lose weight. Or sleep with every single person that you meet and you have a great marriage. It's as stupid as that sounds. It's not about that. It's not like you love it and then you do well. It has nothing to do with that. When it comes to business success, which is what I know, when it comes to business, it's not about do what you love and money will follow. Now, it helps if you actually enjoy what you do, because you do more of it, you get better. It's not do what you love. It's you do what it takes. You do what it takes to be successful. I'll give you a simple metaphor. Let's say if you want to lose weight, you go to the gym and you get up in the morning, you do cardio, you go running for a few miles, and you watch out for your diet. You don't like any of that. You do not love it. You do not love going to the gym, pumping those weights, not eating the food that you want. You don't love any aspect of that. Okay, you want to eat that burger, right? You want to eat that steak, but like, you want to drink that beer, but man, no, I have to. You don't love any of it, but if you do what it takes, and you are going to the gym, you got up every morning and you're showing up every fucking day, consistently over a long period of time. You do what it takes. Guess what? You get results. No different in business. You're doing what it takes. It helps if you love what you do.
What's preventing you from taking action and being successful, or making more money, or achieving your goals and dreams? And I'd venture to say that the only thing that's stopping you from getting what you really want is a story that you keep telling yourself about why you can't have it. And the story, we all have a story. We all have an excuse. We all have a reason. We all have BS that we tell ourselves, belief systems that are self-imposed, and they prevent us from taking action. So excuse number one that I hear people say time and time again is, I don't know where to begin, or I don't know how to get started. This comes up a lot, whether it's starting an online business, or people saying, I don't know how to get started or where to begin, or maybe it's investing or real estate or a new career for you, or whatever it might be, that people, they allow the story and the excuse of not knowing how to get started prevent them from getting in the game, prevent them from taking action. And the way that I want to challenge you on this one is that it's not that you don't know where to begin. It's not that you don't know how to get started. I would venture to say that the reality and the truth is that you don't have a strong enough why or purpose on why you should get started and why you want to be successful, why you want to be rich, why you want to achieve this goal and dream. Because 80% towards success is why to be successful, and only 20% is how to be successful. Because listen to me, if you have a strong enough why, if you have a strong enough purpose of what you want and why you want it, then you'll find the way. You'll find the way, or you'll make the way. You'll figure out the how. You can't let the tyranny of the how stop you from getting in the game, because part of figuring out where to start or how to get started or how to do it, part of that comes from you just taking massive action, right? When you want it bad enough, you'll go to Google, you'll find the answers. When you want it bad enough, you'll go to YouTube and access. Your resourcefulness is really what it is, to find the resources that you need to build your business or achieve what it is that you want. But that only comes when you have a strong enough why. It's almost no different than you want to lose weight. Is it really that difficult or challenging to figure out how to lose weight? Of course not. There's so much information and resources on how to do it. But oftentimes people, they feel held back, and it's because they're afraid to really get started. They're afraid of going for it 100%, and they think they have to know everything for them to begin. Right? You know, there's a lot of people out there, they want to lose 30 pounds, but they think, well, I can't get started yet because I got to know the right workout program. I got to know the right eating plan. I got to find the right coach. I got to find the right gym. I got to find the right everything for me before I start. And listen, you don't need any of that to start. If you got to lose 30 pounds, honestly, you just got to get out there on the road and start going for a walk and a run. You know, and then as you start taking action, guess what happens is new strategies, new ideas, better ways of doing things now become available for you. So the key is you got to want it bad enough. And when you want it bad enough, you'll start going to Google, you'll start going to YouTube, you'll find the coaches, the mentors, you'll find the books and the resources, because now you're resourceful. And the key here is just to start and to begin. Even if you're not doing the right things, it's not the right path, taking action is better than not taking action. And so at least by taking action, it's going to open up new doors and opportunities for you. It's almost like if you're single, you're trying to find the right man or woman in your life. You don't just wait till the right man or woman just suddenly appears, because you don't even know yet what you want and what you don't want and whether or not this man or woman is the right fit until you go on a date with them. And sometimes you might have to go on a few dates with them for you to really know what that is. So don't let that stop you from taking action. Know what your why and your purpose is. Get in the game. Take some action, any action. I don't care what it is. Find books, resources, whatever it takes. If you want it bad enough, truly, you'll start doing whatever it takes.
You'll find the way, or you'll make the way. 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 Or you'll make the way.